sad day for Sowore as his case crumbles despite delayed tactics. It was a tense and dramatic day at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday as the ongoing cyberstalking trial of activist, politician and online publisher Omoyele Sowore suffered a major setback, with the court rejecting key documents presented by his defense and ordering a security investigation into an alleged leak of court proceedings. The rulings delivered by Justice Mohammed Umar dealt heavy blows to the defense strategy, raising fresh questions about the strength of Sowore's case and the effectiveness of what the prosecution described as delayed tactics. Omoyele Sowore, a former presidential candidate and publisher of Sahara Reporters, is currently being prosecuted by the Department of State Services (DSS) over allegations of cyberstalking and defamatory statements made against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to the DSS, Sowore allegedly used his verified accounts on X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook to describe President Tinubu as a criminal, claims the security agency insists are false, malicious, and intended to incite public disaffection. The charges fall under Nigeria's Cybercrimes Act, which criminalizes the use of digital platforms to spread false information capable of damaging reputations or threatening national stability. Sowore, however, has consistently denied wrongdoing, insisting that his statements fall under free speech and political criticism. In a major turning point, the court rejected two separate sets of documents tendered by Sowore's legal team, led by Marshal Abubakar. The first batch included media reports and allegations related to the dismissal of DSS officials, corruption charges filed by Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) against former governors, allegations of fraud involving EFCC officials. The defense sought to introduce these documents in an apparent attempt to establish a broader narrative of institutional corruption and political hypocrisy. However, the prosecution objected, arguing that the documents could not be tendered through the prosecution's first witness, Cyril Nosike, a DSS official who had already testified that he had no knowledge of those materials. Justice Umar agreed with the prosecution. In a firm ruling, the judge stated, "You cannot tender a document through a witness who said he did not know anything about it. The document is marked as rejected." This ruling immediately weakened the defense's attempt to introduce external political allegations into the trial. The court did not stop there. In a second ruling, Justice Umar also rejected documents allegedly showing that President Tinubu in 2011 made disparaging remarks about former President Goodluck Jonathan and Olusegun Obasanjo. The defense appeared to be arguing that if Tinubu himself had criticized past leaders, then Sowore's comments should not be considered criminal. Once again, the judge ruled that the documents could not be admitted through a witness who had no direct knowledge of them. The rejection of both sets of documents was widely seen in court as a serious blow to Sowore's legal strategy. Perhaps the most dramatic moment of the day came when the prosecution informed the court that a video of a previous court session had been leaked and allegedly live-streamed, an act Justice Umar described as contempt of court. Court proceedings in Nigeria are not permitted to be live-streamed without express authorization, especially in sensitive criminal trials. The prosecution alleged that a member of the defense team was responsible for the recording and broadcast. Sowore's lawyer strongly denied the accusation, suggesting instead that the leak may have originated from the DSS or the presidency. Despite the denial, Justice Umar expressed serious concern and vowed to order a security investigation to identify the source of the leak. The judge made it clear that the integrity of the court could not be compromised. During cross-examination, DSS official Siri Nosike stood his ground under intense questioning from the defense. Nosike confirmed that at the time of Sowore's social media posts, President Tinubu's verified X account was at official ABAT, directly contradicting the defense's claim that the account could not be conclusively linked to the president. He also distanced himself from political controversies raised by the defense. When confronted with various corruption allegations, claims of murders, and controversial social media posts allegedly made by political figures such as Femi Fani-Kayode and Reno Omokri, Nosike repeatedly stated that he was unaware of such matters. According to him, his role as a DSS officer was not political. "I am not a politician. I deal with facts available to me in the course of my duties," he told the court. The defense also attempted to question Nosike about alleged statements by President Tinubu in 2011, where he supposedly described former Nigerian leaders in derogatory terms. Nosike denied any knowledge of such comments and stated that he would be surprised if such documents genuinely existed. His consistent responses further weakened the defense's attempt to establish a pattern of political speech comparable to Sowore's statements. After nearly 2 full days of cross-examination, Justice Umar openly questioned the defense's pace and intentions. Turning to Sowore's lawyer, the judge asked when he intended to conclude his questioning. Abubakar requested an additional day, arguing that there were still important questions to be asked and documents to be presented. The prosecution objected the request, urging the court to take a firm position. Justice Umar noted that the defense had already exceeded the time earlier granted and observed that repeated requests for extension suggest unnecessary delays in the proceedings. While the judge has not yet ruled on the adjournment requests, his comments signaled growing impatience with what he appeared to view as stalling tactics. Wednesday's proceedings marked one of the most difficult days so far for Omoyele Sowore in this trial. With key documents rejected, a security investigation looming, and the court increasingly skeptical of delays, legal analysts say the defense may need to rethink its strategy. The case also raises broader questions about free speech, cybercrime laws, and political expression in Nigeria, especially as social media continues to play a powerful role in public discourse. As the trial continues, all eyes will remain on the Federal High Court in Abuja to see whether Sowore can recover ground or whether the prosecution's case will continue to tighten. For now, it's undeniably a bad day in court for Omoyele Sowore. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share our videos, and please remember to put on your notification bell. This is Light Up Media News.